Hello, welcome to the ShElite Showcase. I'm your hostess with the mostest, Katie Kinsey Bay Bay. And as you can see, if you are watching the YouTube video, I am alone. It's the holidays. Thanksgiving is tomorrow as I record this. I'm recording this Wednesday night after Dynamite. Savannah's with her family, so I was like, you don't have to worry about it. I'll just knock out a quick show for the week. It'll be all fine and dandy. Savannah will be back next week. I know you're all gonna miss her. Spice of Life, Sassy Senorita, all that jazz. I know you guys miss her. And I think I'm gonna release this on Thanksgiving. I haven't decided yet. This was kind of planned, kind of spur of the moment. But that's okay. So before I start kind of just doing the typical rundown of the show, I'll just do all the plugging now and get it out of the way. So if you want to follow me on Twitter, if you're watching the video right there, at KatieWrestling13. It's also not on my video properly, so I had to move that. I have a link tree in my bio to take you to all things ShElite Showcase related. So take you to the twitch.tv/ShElite Showcase. 9 times out of 10, we go live at 9 p.m. Eastern on Thursdays. Except if there's a holiday or something happens, like Thanksgiving. YouTube, feel free to subscribe. If you subscribe, the more subscribers we get, the closer I can get to a custom URL, so I can start saying youtube.com/ShElite Showcase instead of just being like, go click the link in the bio. It's just way easier. So subscribe if you want more pretty faces talking about wrestling. Or not about wrestling. Whatever. It's fine. We do a lot of different shit on the show. The channel. Not the show. The channel. If you don't like watching podcasts, Anchor, Spotify, Google Podcasts, and Apple Podcasts. If you think we're up to standards, leave a review. Tell us how you feel. I have a lot of different stuff coming out. I'll talk about that at the end. But let's just jump right into it, shall we? Okay, so I usually start with news and rumors. I always tell Savannah this, and I'll just reiterate it again. I take my notes for news and rumors the order that they happen in the week. So everything that happened from last Thursday to today, Wednesday the 24th. So that will include Survivor Series, SmackDown, all of that. So starting with last week, 2 weeks ago, I think at this point, Sami Zayn was kicked off the Survivor Series team. There was a Fatal 4-Way on SmackDown to determine who would take his place on the team. Sheamus won that, so Sheamus joined the men's Survivor Series team for the SmackDown. Spoiler alert, they lost. Survivor Series already happened at this point. If you didn't watch, oops, spoilers. But, Seth was the sole survivor. I really wish I could play music, because I would just play Soul Survivor by Young Jay-Z featuring Akon. That's neither here nor there. Then, before we even start talking about Survivor Series, some other stuff happened in other wrestling promotions. We saw that the winter is coming for AEW. This is the second time they're doing this. That is going to be December 15th. Last time that happened, there was no crowds. Kenny Omega became the AEW World Champion, and Sting debuted. I don't know what they have planned. I don't know how you can really top Sting popping up. Because, you have Punk, Bryan, Cole. You have these big names already. So, I don't know. I legitimately have no idea. I'm very curious what they're planning to do at this show. I'm excited. It's going to be a good show, and there's actually going to be a crowd this time, so some crazy shit's probably going to go down. Hopefully. For the third night of Wrestle Kingdom, because it is 3 nights, I did learn that. I'm learning things as we go. It's going to be a New Japan kind of verse Noah, which is another Japanese wrestling promotion. Hi, Justin. Heel Tactics Justin, to be precise. So it was announced that there's going to be some cross promotion for the third night of Wrestle Kingdom. Moving to another promotion, Jonah, formerly known as Bronson Reed, showed up at Turning Point, which is Impact. So not only is he working with New Japan, he's also working with Impact, which is good for him because him getting released was still one of the craziest things that happened. And I talked about it last week with more releases. They just don't care. They really just captured all this talent and then they said, nope, be gone. We don't need you anymore. It's a whole nother story. That's a whole nother topic. I don't even want to get into it. So he showed up at Turning Point and attacked Josh Alexander, I believe. The name I could have wrong. I don't watch Impact. Only like 7 people do. So I do not know. But he attacked someone. He's a heel, but got a huge pop from the crowd. TC from Young Kings was there, so he was kind of giving us the scoop as the show was going on. And another thing with Impact, they announced that at, I believe it's their next pay-per-view, Hard to Kill, there's going to be the first ever Knockouts Ultimate X match, which, again, I don't watch Impact, I didn't watch TNA, but from the little bit that I know of TNA, I know the X matches are bonkers, and they're great. So the fact that the women are getting one, bravo. I can't fucking wait. I will not purchase pay-per-view, but I will watch the match somehow. I can't get into Impact. I really can't. Oh, and then let's move on to another promotion, because there's just a lot. Again, see, it's not all WWE and AEW. There are other promotions out there, guys. I promise. I mean, it kind of relates to AEW, though. So, as we know, Kenny lost the belt at Full Gear to Hangman, which should have happened, and I'm very happy it did. But Kenny's going to get surgery. He has a plethora of issues that he's been dealing with. So, he was also the AAA champion, and he just had to vacate that. So, the belt collector is legit done. He has no belts. That was his last one. It's finally gone. Now he can go deal with whatever he's got to fucking deal with and come back whenever the time is right. Don't come back too soon because you need a break. We need a break from Kenny. Like, stay away. Let's talk about Survivor Series. Because that happened. Survivor Series decided to take about 4 hours of a show, plug, and promote, talk about Dwayne as much as humanly possible. Right? Like, the Red Notice, the fucking egg, Cleopatra's egg that Vince got, I don't know, like, so many Easter eggs, pun not fucking intended, that Dwayne was showing up. Right? So, it's the end of Roman vs. E, which that match was fucking fantastic. They killed it. The crowd could have done better. I'll talk about the crowd in a minute. The match was great. So, Roman wins, and I'm just sitting there, I'm waiting, I'm like, alright, I'm waiting for I'm waiting for The Rock, because they hyped it up, and he is brought up so many times in a 4-hour time span, and nothing. We get nothing. We get no Dwayne. At all. Now, you would think, okay, well, since the egg was stolen during the pay-per-view, which, that's not my fucking fault. It's y'all's fault for bringing however, I can't even remember, $100,000, $100 million? Whatever the fuck he said the amount was worth. That's your fault for bringing it into the arena in the first place, Vince. That's on you, that it got stolen. So you would think, well, he has to have both rosters on Monday night to figure out who stole this egg. Surely Dwayne will show up then. Nope, no Dwayne. But then I was thinking about it. Well, no, he shouldn't show up on Raw because we want him to have a feud with Roman, and Roman is a SmackDown superstar. He's the SmackDown World Champion. So we don't want him on Raw. Hopefully, possibly, we get Dwayne on SmackDown. I'm not going to hold my breath because WWE disappoints 9 times out of 10. But I'm not just going to bitch about it. I am going to bitch about the fans. Let me explain why. A lot happened on Monday. We found out who stole the egg. No Dwayne. People were crowned. We got new champions. Dana Brooke won her first ever title. She became the new 24/7 champion. There were memes made about it. I won't get into those. Twitter is a weird place. That's all I'm going to say. Queen Zelina and Carmella became the new women's tag team champions, giving Zelina her first title. And she won it in Barclays, which that's fucking cool because Zelina's from New York and all of that. And so I'm glad Zelina won her first championship there. I still think it's bullshit that Rhea and Nikki lost. I don't know how I feel about it. It was a good match. I don't know. They just don't put a lot of stock into the women's tag titles, and it pisses me off because it was such a high point, and then it slowly has just got down. It's just depressing. But that all happened, right? And then let's talk about the big thing that happened on Raw. Seth and Finn have a banger match, right? Banger match. They have great chemistry. They have a very similar moveset, so things tend to go well in their matches. Well, after Seth beats the hell out of Finn, Seth's walking up the ramp, and a fan, I'm going to put it in quotes for now, a fan comes out of nowhere, basically spears him, tackles him to the ground. Seth has him in a headlock. Security comes over. As soon as that happened, the camera cuts to Finn in the ring, who's getting checked on by doctors. But thankfully, to the internet, people were there. People filmed what happened. We all saw this douchebag came from the opposite side of the ramp, hauled ass, attacked Seth. This is the second time I'm pretty sure Seth has gotten attacked, and it's kind of bullshit. But the reasoning this man attacked Seth, oh, you're not going to believe. You won't believe it. If you don't know already. So, this guy gets arrested, whatever charges. He puts out a video and like a picture saying he did it for the bloodline, right? He did it for the bloodline. And WWE's his family and all of this shit. No. My guy, they're not. It's terrible, really. And we also, later we found out that a fake Seth Rollins account scammed him out of money and apparently got his girlfriend arrested because there was a fake check. I don't know why fans or people in general think that these celebrities, I'm not just talking about wrestlers, these celebrities in general have these burner accounts or these other accounts that aren't verified, that they're just going to talk to you and send you money and a bunch of shit like this. I see it all the time on my timeline, specifically wrestlers at this point, being like, I don't have this, I only have one of these, those are my accounts. I'm not talking to you like that, calm down. It's, the world we live in is fucking terrible. The fact that people are scamming other people out of money, using something that these people love as the way to do it, it's fucked. It's fucked up. 100% fucked up. I hate it. I would never trust it. People who do it are scum. People who fall for it, I kind of feel bad. But at the same time, you can't get roped into that ideal of, oh no, see, they like me, we have this connection. I think I've talked about it before. Fans cross a line. And this is another way fans cross a line, by pretending to be people. Like professionals or anything like that. It's just very annoying. I think I could go on a nice rant about it. I feel like I kind of did. I think I got a lot of that out of the way. But let's move on to NXT. Kaylee Ray was announced for the Women's War Games match. So it is Kaylee Ray and Cora Jade taking on Toxic Attraction and Dakota Kai. Very excited. And on NXT this upcoming week, it's going to be Kaylee Ray and Dakota Kai in a ladder match for the advantage in War Games. I'm so excited. This got me hyped for War Games. But then the men's got announced, right? That's the big one. And I like how they did this. I'm still pissed that William Regal didn't say War Games at all. Is William okay? Can we get a check on William Regal, please? Because he didn't say War Games at all this year. I'm deeply upset. A lot of people are deeply upset. I just want to know if he's okay and, still chilling. Is he still the GM? We haven't seen him since the wedding, and even then he made a brief cameo. I just want to know if William Regal's okay. I feel like I'm not asking for a lot here. That's just me. But it is basically old school, black and gold NXT versus new 2.0 NXT. So on the old team, we have NXT champion Tommaso Ciampa, Johnny Gargano, who this is his first War Games match, so basically Johnny's been every type of fucking match at this point. Pete Dunne, and LA Knight, who turned face, basically, which kind of came out of nowhere. And I was trying to think, because LA Knight's not even that old school, but looking at the roster, they don't really have anyone else left who's from, the OGs, basically. I'm even trying to rack my brain right now, trying to think of someone off the top of my head, and I can't. So, I kind of like that. But then new school, it's North American champion Carmelo Hayes, which, love that. Grayson Waller, which he's okay. Tony D'Angelo, which, love me some Tony D'Angelo. And Baby Steiner, Braun Breaker. That's such a stacked team. I mean, specifically for Breaker alone, but Breaker and Mello, that's money. And I'm so excited to see this. Off the rip, I have no idea who the fuck is gonna win this. You could have the new guys win and be like, well, sing it to the old guys. Ha ha. Because Johnny's contract's apparently up this year, but he got a week extension. I don't know. I'm not reporting on any of that because I don't actually know. I don't trust any of that until it actually happens. So we'll fucking see. But I'm very excited for War Games. Very, very excited. And then we got to AEW, which was tonight, as I'm recording this, announced for January 8th, which is a Saturday, the Battle of the Belts. I guess a pay-per-view? I don't know if it's a pay-per-view or a special. I think it's just a special. All the titles, I'm assuming, are going to be on the line. I'm guessing it's their version of Clash of Champions. But, I mean, Lucha Bros, Sammy, Hangman, Britt. That's a good group of people to have as your champions going into this right now. So I'm not mad. I'm very excited to see what they do with that. Dante Martin joined Team Taz. What the fuck? What was that? Are we kidding? Why? I want to know why. Also, where is his brother? His brother's wrestling for other promotions, but he's not wrestling for AEW. I thought he was hurt. I'm very confused about that. Darius, you got some explaining to do. I just don't know where his brother is. I hope he's good. He seems like he's good if he's wrestling for other people. Like, but where you at? Top Flight. We miss it. Great tag team. Bring it back. But he fucking signed a contract with Team Taz. Dante did. Let me specify. Dante. And Lio Rush is like, yo, what the fuck? I'd be the same way. Lio Rush, which I'm not the biggest fan of him, like, mic work, but in ring, Jesus. Lio Rush is incredible. And so is Dante Martin. So the fact that Dante is with Team Taz now, which he took the snack from Hook, which means that's kind of official. And the fact that Hook was on my TV, I don't understand. Why is Team Taz still a thing? They don't do anything. That title doesn't get used. Whatever. But the main thing that happened on AEW, Punk and MJF finally duked it out on the mic. It was great. 20 minutes of this. Dynamite was supposed to start with QT versus Punk. Punk gets, the typical Chicago welcome, because, he's fucking from Chicago, so obviously he's gonna get one of the biggest pops, if not the biggest pop of the night. He comes out, gets in the ring, and fucking Max's music hits. They start duking it out, war of words. A lot of jabs were thrown. Triple H was basically mentioned twice. John Cena. Punk called MJF the less famous version of Miz, or something along those lines. I didn't write anything down because I was just so engrossed in the moment. Punk said something along the lines of, you'll never be number one, or the only way you'll be number one is if Tony has a daughter and you marry her, which was a not so subtle jab at Triple H, which I enjoyed. I thought it was funny. There was jokes about MJF being on Rosie O'Donnell, MJF talking about Punk's UFC career and how it bombed, how he's PG Punk, which, I mean, yeah, Punk isn't the same Punk we knew 7 years ago. That's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. He's definitely not the same, like, voice of the voiceless, pipe bomb motherfucker that we knew. And, like, I'm kind of okay with PG Punk, as MJF said it, but I think they're slowly starting to be like, no, like, fuck that. You just go off on people. That's what I want. That's what everyone wants. That's what we want to see. We don't want to see PG Punk kissing ass. I want to see him start just beating everybody up, talking all the shit. That's what I want. I feel like a lot of people want that. I guess we'll see. But I think, yeah, that's all my news and rumors. Look at that. We did it. Today in women's wrestling history, since tis the season of Survivor Series, I know I did one last week as well, but Survivor Series 2019, aka the NXT Invasion. This was the best Survivor Series in recent years. Let's be fucking real here. NXT swept the board that year. We had the women's champions, so Shayna Baszler, who was the NXT Women's Champion at the time, defeated Bayley, who was the SmackDown Women's Champion, and Becky Lynch, who was the Raw Women's Champion. She beat them both. Loved that. That was the main event as well. Excuse me. And then we get to the traditional 5-on-5 elimination match, which consisted of Team NXT Team NXT, which consisted of Bianca Belair, Candice LeRae, Io Shirai, Rhea Ripley, and Toni Storm, defeating the Raw team, Asuka, Charlotte Flair, Kairi Sane, Natalya, and Sarah Logan, which is such a weird team looking back at that now. And they also defeated the SmackDown team, which consisted of Carmella, Dana Brooke, Lacey Evans, Nikki Cross, and Sasha Banks. Rhea would be the sole survivor, kind of Team NXT. Basically, Io and Candice, got hurt. They, faked injuries in the beginning, so they got taken to the back. So it was basically, a handicap match for NXT. But they came back at the very end, helped Rhea win. And let's just look at where all these women are real quick. Bianca, thriving on Raw. One of the best. Candice LeRae, very pregnant. She's giving birth in like 2 months, is what Johnny tweeted. Io Shirai, about to be in the fucking War Games match, killing it. Rhea Ripley was just the WWE Women's Tag Team Champion, and was also in the latest Survivor Series match. Toni Storm was also in she was on the SmackDown team, for Survivor Series. Asuka is currently out. You're good, Matt, don't worry. Asuka's currently out. Injury. I saw somebody saying, like, Asuka had a kid, so that's why she's been gone, but I have no idea if that's... I don't believe that. I'll believe when I see it, kind of thing. Charlotte is the SmackDown Women's Champion, of course. Kairi Sane is no longer with WWE. If she is, she's with WWE Japan. Trying to figure all that out. Natalia, Sarah Logan was released and had a baby. Carmella, the new Women's Tag Team Champion, like I mentioned before. Dana Brooke, the new 24/7 champion that I just mentioned before. Lacey Evans just gave birth. Nikki Cross, former Women's Tag Team Champion. And Sasha's Sasha. Like, she ain't going anywhere. So, that was today in women's wrestling history as of November 24th. I'm not going to talk about BTE just because it was brief. It was Kenny's last episode, so they were doing a bunch of stuff with that because he's, like I said, he's going to get surgery and stuff. So nothing was nothing impacted the show. Nothing impacted Dynamite. Dark Elevation, because I'm just going to knock it out. There's only 8 matches. Tony Nese defeated Logan LaRoe. Chris Statlander, Ryu Mizunami, and Layla Hirsch defeated The Bunny, Penelope Ford, and Emi Sakura. Frankie Kazarian defeated Joe Keys. Tay Conti and Anna Jay beat Willow Nightingale and Erica Lee, which I kind of love the name Willow Nightingale. Very adorable. Wheeler Yuta beat Serpentico. Ricky Starks and Powerhouse Hobbs defeated... Oh my god, my handwriting is actually terrible. Someone Chase and Irvin Legend. That's a clever name, I like that. John Silver and Alex Reynolds and Preston Vance beat Duke Davis, Gannon James, and Baron Black, and Riho beat Trish Adora. Which, Trish Adora is a fantastic star. I would, if Trish Adora gets signed with AEW, I would like her to be used properly. That's all I want to say. And let's move on to Dark. 12 matches. 2.0, or as I continue to call them, Never Rise, and Daniel Garcia defeated Gabriel Hayter, Adrian Serrano, and Matthew Omen. Matt Hardy beat Brick Aldridge. Kiera Hogan beat Notorious Mimi. Anthony Green beat Jameson Ryan. I didn't write it down because, again, I don't watch these shows. I just get the information for people who do or are curious about what's going on with these. So there was a match between The Acclaimed and Lee Johnson and Brock Anderson. I don't know who won. I'm assuming The Acclaimed. I very well could be wrong. Actually, I'll just say The Acclaimed. I don't even know. Lee Moriarty beat Nick Comoroto. Emi Sakura defeated Valentina Rossi. Wardlow defeated Ronaldo Perez. Bear Country beat Chad Lennox and Kane Carter. Silver and Reynolds defeated Captain Sean Dean and Charlie Bravo. Riho beat Karma Dean. And Joey Janela beat Zach Clayton. That's Dark. That's AEW Dark. Fantastic. Fantastic show, I know. There's a lot. I feel bad because, again, I don't watch them. The only reason I will ever watch Elevation or Dark is if I'm at the show. If I'm at Dynamite or Rampage. When I went this past year. I got to see Dark and Dark Elevation before Dynamite or Rampage. That's the only reason. Whatever. I'll move on to my wrestlers of the week. I have a lot. Because I have to basically fill this up for 2 people. Since Savannah's not here. I'll act like she's still here. I'll start with my tag team. I have to keep it I live the gimmick unlike other people. I said months ago, after I was yelled at by the advocate, that I need to acknowledge Team Ninja. Or I don't even know what the fuck they are now. They're Raven, Party Animals, I don't know. I'm gonna keep calling them Team Ninja. They had a match. They won the match. I have to go with Team Ninja. That is me living my gimmick. And plus, I still like Casey Catanzaro. I've loved her since American Ninja Warrior. So, I'm always going to support it. The gimmick is fucking terrible. I'm just going to say that now. I don't get it. I don't understand. They rave. They go to raves. I don't know. But that's... And then I'll also throw it to... everyone besides Cody Rhodes in the 8-man tag on Dynamite. I will say, another John Cena reference that happened. Cody took off his belt thing that he always takes off and, like, throws in the crowd. And they fucking threw it back. We love to see it. I started cracking up because I was, like, kind of paying attention. And then I just see it come back. I start laughing because the same thing happened to John Cena. He would throw his shirt into the crowd and they would throw it right back. That happened, like, a few times with Cena. It was great. So I'll also give it to basically everyone on... I'll give it to Death Triangle. Excuse me. And Andrade and Malachi. And I guess FTR. I don't even want to give it to FTR. Just kidding. I just want to give it to Death Triangle. That's... Yeah, I'm changing my answer. Death Triangle and Team Ninja. Those are my tag teams of the week. My females. Becky. The match in Survivor Series. Kicked ass. Like... Team Molly. Yeah, that's basically what they are at this point. Becky had a fantastic match with Charlotte. Like, they 100% blurred the lines of, is this real? Are we getting worked? They blurred it for a lot of people. I liked the match. I also liked her Scarlet Witch-esque outfit. I loved it. And then she went on Raw. That fit was also great. And... just start telling it like it was. She didn't care. She got in Liv Morgan's face. The match with her and Liv's gonna be good. And something that was interesting when she was talking to Liv, she kept bringing up how Liv was like so close to the Money in the Bank and was so close to the title. It's all the same shit that happened with Becky. Becky almost won the contract twice. She was like inches away and she like had her hands on it. That happened to Becky. And then Becky got so close to the championship. Like, the same shit. So I love that. I don't know if they're doing it on purpose. I don't even want to give them too much credit. But they did it. And it was great. So I like that. And I'm also going to give it to Thunder Rosa, who advanced in the TBS, or some people call it the Hose, Championship tournament. She advanced to the semifinals. She will be taking on Jade Cargill, which that match will be good. I don't think she's going to win the tournament, because I still think she's going to be the one who eventually takes it off of Britt. But I will say, I'm very excited to see the match between her and Jade. I think Jade's going to take the whole thing. Because it would make sense. It's either going to be Jade or Ruby, I think. Those are the only two I can think off the top of my head. So I guess we'll see. And my men of the week, because I have a few. Big E, again, put a stomp in Roman on SmackDown, took it to Roman at Survivor Series. I had to take on fucking Austin Theory, because the stupid egg on Raw basically told Seth and Kevin to shut the fuck up multiple times. And Big E's holding it down. I love E as champion, and I love that there's showcasing him as like a credible threat, because you have Seth, who is a multiple time champion. You have Kevin, who is also a former Universal champion. You have them, and they're very good opponents for E. I love the credit and acknowledgement, no pun, that E is getting, because rightfully fucking so. One of my other ones, Carmelo Hayes, successfully defended the North American title on NXT. He had a little help from a certain Italian allegedly, we fucking know, he paid off Tony D'Angelo to help him win. Hey, when Melo shoots, he don't miss. And he wasn't gonna fucking miss. He wasn't gonna lose his title to Johnny or Pete. No. Match was good, though. Match was great. All three of them are great, so you add Tony D'Angelo and then that set up the whole War Games thing. I'm not gonna be mad at it in any way, shape, or form. And I fucking love Carmelo Hayes, so I'm not mad. And then I'm also gonna give it to Punk and MJF. I hate that I have to include MJF in that, but he made a lot of good points in his promo against Punk. I can't be mad at it. Like, him and Punk, that back and forth was fantastic. I loved it. It made Dynamite, like, start off hot. Like I said, like, that's what you first start with. That's a way to fucking get the crowd's attention. And Chicago's bonkers. Like, that crowd's crazy. They chant some of the craziest shit. Them and the Barclays, which I'm also just gonna say Barclays needs to get better fucking security, because I'm pretty sure that's where Bret Hart also got attacked at the Hall of Fame. I'm just saying, Barclays needs to step the fuck up. But that is the show. The gist of the show. Now, I did that very fast. I'm a very fast talker when the time comes, if need be. I also just wanted to take the time, since tomorrow is Thanksgiving. Yeah, when I'm recording this, tomorrow's Thanksgiving. I'm probably just going to release it on Thanksgiving, and you can watch it whenever. I just want to say I'm thankful. As cheesy as this is going to be, I am thankful for Savannah, my lovely co-host, for joining me and doing this. When I decided to leave SmackDraw and kind of venture out on my own, she said, I'm coming with you. She stuck by my side. I'm very thankful for that. She's a good co-host. She's very reliable. I love it. Thankful to Cafeteria. Shout out. All the people in there. Very, very special to me. Very near and dear to my heart. I don't even, like, have time to go through everyone and why. But if you know, you know. That's a good core group of people to have. I was talking to Warren about it yesterday. Like, that's a good core group to have. People who got your back no matter what. Those are basically A1 since day one. Since I've met all of them, they have been there for me, and vice versa. I'm also going to thank the people listening, the fans. Because if there was no one listening to this, I wouldn't be doing it. So I'm thankful that I have a voice to express my opinions, thoughts, feelings. A lot of feelings. There's been a lot of tears shed on the show. Multiple shows. I cry a lot. I got a lot of emotions. What can I say? If I'm not crying, I'm angry or I'm laughing. Those are the only three emotions I have. Sadness, happiness, anger. I know nothing else. But, seriously, I am thankful to anyone listening, watching. If you're watching, hello there. Like, I don't know why people tend to watch. I am a visual person, so I watch podcasts, so I understand. I've also been trying to make a lot of eye contact. I'm trying to get better at this. Nobody said I'm perfect. I don't believe I'm perfect. Nobody is. But I'm thankful that I get to improve each week in some aspects, some more than others. I'm just a very thankful person this time of year. So, I'm thankful to Justin, aka at Justin Heel, or at Heel Tactics on Twitter, for creating the intro for not only this, but for Inside the Mind of, which I have a new episode dropping on Monday with Jizzy from the Dead Ass Girls podcast. Rest in peace. I also filmed one last night, which will be coming out. When did I say? December 13th? I just talked about this and I already forget when it's coming out. Yeah, I have one coming out December 13th that I filmed last night. And then In the Crowd, he also created the music for that. The first episode is up. I'm very annoyed in that episode. If you watch, you'll know why. I apologize after the fact. I won't, Matt, don't worry. I'm filming the next episode for that on Saturday, which will be coming out in December. He also created the music for Savannah's show, which will be coming out in January, called the New Japan Takeover. So I'm very thankful to him for doing that for me. He's fantastic. Everyone go check him out, seriously. He's created music for me, for Smackin' It Raw, Young Kings, Straight Talk, for all of us. We're very grateful and thankful for him. I feel like I had more to say, but now I forget. Don't you hate when that happens? You have all this in your head, and you forget what you want to say? Yeah, that sounds about right. It sounds like my life. But thank you for watching, listening, enjoying, hopefully, this episode of the ShElite Showcase, this special little holiday edition. Like I said, this is going up on Thanksgiving because I don't want to film it tomorrow. I actually want to spend time with my family too. Crazy, I know. But I hope everyone has a happy holidays, a happy Thanksgiving. You enjoy all the food. You get to just relax, hang out with your families, enjoy the day. And I, along with Savannah, will see you guys next week. Bye-bye.